Hello, I'm Larry Baker, an American government teacher and a high school administrator. I'm also an Apple Distinguished Educator. And in this podcast, I'd like to give you an overview of some of the assessment methods I've used in challenge-based learning. A teacher who's using challenge-based learning is interested in measuring depth of understanding, teamwork, creativity, or unexpected outcomes. One of the easiest ways to assess for these is narrative. A student might keep a journal through the process. I prefer to have the group establish a common document at the beginning of the process. It serves as a kind of log and group journal, and at the end, sometimes I ask them questions to consider. They can reflect on the entire record of their process as they write a final evaluation of what they've done. Another means of getting at what they've done that I find more efficient than the narrative form is at the conclusion have the group complete a rubric. This rubric will be completed based on the goals that they've set for themselves or that I've set for them or that are inherent to the curriculum. Of course, one of the most powerful means of assessing a student learning during challenge-based learning is through reflections, either audio podcasts or video podcasts that may be done on a regular basis or at the end. In fact, I think it's very helpful for the teacher to consider this dichotomy that some prompts are far more effective during the process, particularly those that relate to group dynamics. And at the end, all kinds of interesting questions can be asked that actually probes at the student's individual or group failures. If you had a do-over, what would you do differently? If you had more time? And I found that reflections really get at depth of understanding and critical thinking that may occur. I also like to use various forms of presentation as a way of assessing challenge-based learning. First of all, there's the in-class presentation that's always a feature of my CBLs. And I do it a little differently than another teacher might. Instead of doing a show and tell at the end, I ask the students to tell the story of their process and to reflect on the internal and external obstacles that they faced. Also, to consider their failures or the paths that they might have gone down that would have led to more fruitful outcome. This kind of reflection after the process has been implemented oftentimes reflects a really deep level of understanding of what they've experienced. This past year, we had a wonderful experience, what we called a Fight Apathy Fair at the school. We set up our challenge-based learning solutions for fighting apathy in a science fair type of format where the students actually presented their solutions to dozens of family members and friends. Next time, we'll use the audience in a more vigorous assessment role. This year we had them complete a short survey, but we really didn't do much with the information. If I had it to do over again, I would have allowed the students to process the feedback they'd received and give the audience a more complete survey form. I hope you've enjoyed listening to some of the methods that I've used for assessing challenge-based learning. And if you have some of your own, please contribute those to iTunes U as well. Thanks for listening.